What is up, Nuggets fans? I am back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be breaking down the Nuggets 99-69 loss to the Memphis Grizzlies on Thursday night in Memphis. Just a absolute beatdown provided by the Grizzlies here in this game to the Nuggets. This was just a pathetic performance by the Nuggets. Really didn't do anything well, and when you do that against a great team like the Grizzlies, you lose by 30. So tough loss for us. We're now 19-28 on the year and a abysmal 7-16 on the road now with this loss. Now, usually in my videos, I start the video out by talking about some of the things the Nuggets did well in the game, but in this game we really did nothing well. So just looking at the things we did poorly here against Memphis, first and foremost, you shoot only 33% from the field and 7% from the three-point line. I mean, probably the worst shooting game of the season for the Nuggets. Just terrible job on the offensive end of being aggressive and attacking the rim, attacking the painted area. We settled way too much from the get-go in this game for contested perimeter shots, took way too many threes in this game. You take 26 threes. I mean, that's way too much three-point attempts for this team. We're not that good a shooting team to be taking 26 three-point attempts, and that's why you shoot 7% from the three-point line. Wasted a ton of possessions on the offensive end, again, by settling for so many three-pointers, and he just failed to finish at the rim when you got those opportunities. Ty Lawson was terrible in this game at finishing at the rim, and Kenneth Faried and Jusuf Nurkic were terrible in that first quarter. They had plenty of opportunities at the rim, high percentage shots, bunnies, that they just flat out missed. Those guys got to do a better job finishing at the rim, something they both have struggled with this season. You get out-rebounded by the Grizzlies 57-47 in this game. Zach Randolph was an absolute monster against our front line. He goes for 17 rebounds by himself, and he had 5 offensive rebounds as well by himself. He did a great job in that third quarter of attacking the offensive glass. And you compare that to what we did rebounding in this game. Kenneth Faried, Jusuf Nurkic, and J.J. Hickson, those three guys, probably your three best rebounders, combined for only 18 rebounds and 5 offensive rebounds between the three of them. Again, Zach Randolph had 17 rebounds by himself and 5 offensive rebounds. So Zach Randolph almost out-rebounds your 3 best rebounders by himself. That's a huge reason you were out-rebounded on the glass. And again, we just kind of got bullied here. Memphis was the more physical team, and Faried got thrown around all game long by Zebo here against Memphis. You lose the foul battle here. We had 19 fouls in this game to Memphis only fouling us 11. They played sound, fundamental, physical defense, and we were just lazy on the defensive end. Again, fouling has been a huge issue for this team, especially under Brian Shaw, and you just get destroyed from the free throw line in this game. Memphis had 27 free throw attempts. You only have 10 free throw attempts. So not only are you not fundamentally sound on the defensive end with fouling so much, but because you weren't aggressive, you only get 10 free throw attempts. That's not enough for us. You allow 46 points in the paint to Memphis. Again, we did a terrible job protecting the rim. Zach Randolph and Marcus Sol just owned us early on in this game. They got way too many high percentage shots in this game, way too many open looks, and again, our interior defense was pathetic. We could not protect the rim at all. You have 17 turnovers. We were careless with the ball here in this game, very sloppy passing by the Nuggets against Memphis, and when you commit 17 turnovers against a great defensive team like Memphis, they will make you pay for it. They had 21 points off those 17 turnovers. Again, just allowing a great team in general and a great defensive team too many opportunities to capitalize off your mistakes. And they had 17 fast break points. I mean, Memphis, a team that's really not known for running, they kind of want to slow you down the half court, wear on you with Gasol and Randolph down there on the low block. They outran us from the get-go in this game. They had a ton of fast break points there in the first quarter, and then in the third quarter. I mean, you give up 17 transition points to a team that's not really known for running. That's pretty pathetic. Our transition defense in this game was not good at all. You score only 11 points there in the first quarter, 14 points only in the third quarter. I mean, you can't score that little amount of points and expect to win it, especially in the NBA. I mean, that's just absolutely pathetic. We cannot hit a shot there in that first quarter. And you, as a team, you score only 11 points in the first quarter. Zach Randolph and Marcus Sol combined for 9 points alone in that first quarter. So those two guys alone almost outscored our whole team there in the first quarter. Again, not many teams going to win when that happens, when they play Memphis. And then you look at just Memphis's balance offensively compared to ours. In this game, Memphis had 6 players in double figures. We only had 2 players in double figures. I mean, they did a great job of scoring as a team, playing as a team offensively and defensively, and we didn't. We were sloppy with the ball. We didn't run well. Our transition defense was terrible. You didn't finish at the rim well. You take 26 threes. You don't take enough shots, high percentage shots at the rim in the painted area. Just a frustrating, abysmal performance by the Nuggets here against Memphis. Obviously, Zebo, Zach Randolph destroyed us here in this game. Double-double for him, 15 points, and as I mentioned earlier, 17 rebounds in this game, 5 offensive. He was 6 of 14 from the field. Him and Marcus Gasol really did a great job of being aggressive out the gate and allowing Memphis to get a big lead early, controlling the painted area. And like I said, those two guys alone almost outscored our team there in that first quarter. And Zach Randolph just manhandled Kenneth Faried throughout this game. Just went right at him in that second quarter, right at him in the first quarter on the low block, hit a couple jump shots on him, and then just overpowered him to the rim a couple times. And there was a series there in that third quarter where Zach Randolph had 4 straight offensive rebounds over 4 Nuggets players. I mean, just ridiculous. You got to box the guy out. Somebody's got to put a body on Zach Randolph, and you got to be physical with him. The only time in this game where he really struggled at all is when Darrell Arthur was on him. I think Darrell Arthur's physicality and his speed and athleticism kind of gave Zach Randolph some problems there in that third quarter, but he really dominated this game, and again, he almost by himself out-rebounded Kenneth Faried, Yusuf Nurkic, and J.J. Hickson in this game. Just absolutely ridiculous. And you look at the way our starters played in this game. The Nuggets starters in this game combined to shoot 16 of 45 from the field, 1 of 10 from the three-point line. They committed combined 6 turnovers and 8 fouls. I mean, our starting 5, you got to be better than that. No team in the NBA is going to win when their starting 5 plays that shitty, and we do not have a bench that is capable of making up for that lack of production by our starting 5. Just terrible game from Ty Lawson. Obviously, Yusuf Nurkic and Kenneth Faried were awful, and then Wilson Chandler chunking up stupid shots in the first quarter. Flalo absolutely got destroyed, and I think just kind of outgunned and beat up by Courtney Lee in this game. Just a terrible game. Again, Nuggets starters shooting 16 of 45 from the field combined. That is awful. Just nonetheless a terrible performance by the Nuggets. Again, they lose to Memphis 99-69 on the road. We are now 19-28 on the season and 7-16 on the road. Probably one of our worst losses of the season. Not the worst loss. We definitely had some worse losses. Obviously, we gave up 84 points in the first half to Portland. We got beat by Charlotte by 30 on the road. Got beat obviously by Golden State by 43. So not the worst loss of the year, but definitely arguably the worst shooting performance of the year and the worst offensive performance by this team. Just a terrible line by the Nuggets. We now move on to play Charlotte tonight at home. Again, this is a team last time we played them beat the crap out of us by 30 points in their gym, so hopefully we can get some payback on them, get our 20th win of the season. They have some injuries right now. I think Kemba Walker's out. Play Charlotte's about as good as us, so it's going to be an interesting game. Just another tough loss for the Nuggets. It's been a roller coaster ride of the season and a very frustrating season to watch this year as a Nuggets fan.